Baba Daddy man, he's not afraid to stand up and fight for the nation. Real honesty, integrity, unity. So we staying with the UDP for honesty, integrity, and unity. Both Patrick and the UDP, we're moving forward. Because our future matters. We're moving forward. With Patrick and the UDP. Building schools, building house for the needy. Better healthcare and more job pay all a week. So come election day, the UDP was there to believe that people will have their way.
Good morning. Welcome back to the SugarCity Morning Show. Today is Tuesday, and I'm sitting in once again for Robert Chekiosha. He isn't feeling that well, but he's in the country already. He's at home, I believe, right, Rahim? He's not feeling that well, so I'll be here until Elode Aragon Jr. reaches. But good morning, folks, radio listeners, TV viewers. Good morning. First thing I hear from me, the vote red. Tomorrow is the big day. We're all ready, we're all excited, and we're going to keep it red. Good morning, Mesa. Morning, B. And I say that it was quite a cool night last night. You know when it's cool like that, well, Uncle Sam sleep well. When it had kind of frustrating, but nevertheless. You're missing, you know. Who will be going to take his dialysis today? Stay strong. You're bounce back. St. Peter don't want you yet. So, folks, tomorrow is election day. And we go to the polls early to vote. The protocols are quite easy, you know. You sanitize. I believe you can take your pen or your pencil if you wish to do so. And you vote for the right candidate, which is definitely the UDP candidate. It is a very important election because our future matters. There is no two way about that. We do not want to go back to the same thing. We want to keep the progress going on, move this country forward, so we stay with the UDP. And I say that we must keep our 6 feet distance. Don't forget that. Wear your mask. If you feel like, well, it would be advisable for you to take your hand sanitizer. Sanitize as often as possible. And if you think you have to sneeze or cough, you know how to do that. Not do that in front of anybody or into anybody's face, because this virus is still out there and we got to take care of ourselves. Have no fear to come out and vote. Our vehicles will be sanitized. They will pick you up, take you to vote. Vehicle will be sanitized, take you back home, and you stay home. The crowd can't linger out there like before. You don't need to understand that. You go and you vote, and you go back home. Unless you have other business out there, then so be it. And don't forget the curfew tomorrow night. From 8 in the night to 5 in the morning. Don't forget that. And regardless of which party win, we must obey the law. Right? We must obey the law. Not because your party win and you feel like you could go out there and bully up everything, you're going out there. Lock you up. step backward. And that has been proven. When all the lending institutions walked away from the PUP, no one lent them a copper, the PUP government. They went and fiddled around with the super bond, which is still hanging over our head. We are still paying the super bond until 2030. And if they believe that they could just come around and jump around and tell the people, you know, we can't do this, we can't do that, you can't do nothing. And last minute work, nothing happened. 4 to 5 graders on San Esteban Road yesterday. 4 to 5 graders on San Esteban Road, 2 days before election. You want to try, just like, okay, spring up there and San Esteban people are satisfied with that? They're not satisfied. That they take that like one joke yesterday. They wonder like, what? Where they going here? Who they call? 4 to 5 graders grading a 6-mile stretch. Huh? Who they try to impress? No, they people from San Esteban. They don't have to pay that. They don't have to pay that. They have to grade that road from ever since. Last time they get bad, the pound when they get bad. Where was the PUP when the road get bad? They call upon Danny. He went out there and he got the work done. Now if you put 4 grade up on a road, it's really a joke, you know. 2 days before election. That's not a joke. 2 days before election. They went to Santa Marta, did the same thing. I wonder if they put 4 grade up on Santa Marta Road too, because that road was awful. That road get really, really bad when the rain was coming down. Like I always say, right? When you're going to do road work, listen to the weather bureau so you don't go and mess up the street or give people a miserable life. Listen to the weather bureau. You know rain they come down, not touch the street. Left it. When it don't rain, it get dry, you go grade it. But that on the show no. That on luckily sense. But I say that I ready for vote. What about you? I want to be out there early, and I'm going to cast my vote to Jamie as early as possible and get out of the crowd if there's to be a crowd. But we want to stay red. We don't have time to look on the other side where the name know if they're not blue or PUP. You vote blue or you vote PUP. No, we are vote red or we are vote UDP because our future matters. 13 years and this party, the United Democrat Party, has done a lot. Look at the Link Road. Just before you get to the airport. I went to the airport last week Friday and I lingered around the Link Road a bit. It was quite busy. While the PUP say it leads to nowhere, it does. It's a Link Road. And it was quite busy. You know? I have a call. Good morning, SugarCity Morning Show.
Yeah, morning, Samula.
Morning, how are you?
I want to go blue. No?
Yeah.
Or not PUP.
What
You don't have to worry about that because tomorrow we are going to vote for the UDP government again.
brother?
Development.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yep. Easy as that. We're going to vote UDP, so the work continues. And the polls open at 7 o'clock. So tomorrow, full force, red. You pass by the barracks, you see the red machine holding up a droopy PUP flag. The flag looks so sad, like, you know, like they cry, right? And despite the fact that the red machine is holding it up, it still droop. You know, like, it's so sad when you see the flag up. The flag looks sad and all. But the red machine do its best to hold on up. And the same way, the red machine tomorrow is going to continue to put this country on the spinning and move forward. We don't have time to turn back because we believe in going forward. We don't got time for the PUP And they talk about that. They talk about that. Make I go to our next discussion. Something happened the other day at San Jose, right? He end up that two men end up that jail. Two cousins end up that jail. One dashed the vehicle after the other one. The other one get back out the machete and chop up the windshield or the side glass for the vehicle. They end up that jail. One guy try hella for UDP flag. They think not correct. We have to learn to respect each other. We must respect each other. If I got a flag for my house or for my car, not touch it. You got a PUP flag, I not touch it. I might even wave to you. I not touch it. No, we're not to do that. You understand? There is no need to fight. Yes, we support the party in full force. On both sides, we do that. We don't have to throw no obscene language to the other party on either side. We are all human beings. But some of us behave like real idiots. And we need to get off of that. We need to get off of that. No worry about the flag. Not try to pull my flag off of my vehicle. And I not pull yours off of your vehicle. We have to learn to respect each other and each other's property. So to you folks in San Jose, make we stay calm, man. We don't need to go through that type of nonsense there. Because the police will come for you, no? Then you want to call area rep on this one for take on out, just like these border jumpers. They tell you not to cross the border. You still gonna cross the border. You get clipped. It not look good for me. No. Standard bearer or even a representative go and take you out. You have to face the penalties because you're not supposed to go across the border. Let's go say either minister, you want to call me. What do you want? Why, Sam, I want you to contact me because the police and catch me and I jump the border. No, man, don't disturb me for that. Not disturb. You know well you're not supposed to go across the border. You know that. And it is still happening. Because when you do so, you endanger all of us. It was so sad yesterday to see a long line at the hospital. People that were going to be swabbed. Very, very long line. Then you could know who I get swabbed to kind of give one yellow ticket or something like that, right? They could sit in the hand. That was a long line, my brother. I hope that all of them negative here because it's sad. Which means, somewhere down the line, we are not taking care of business. And this concept where the youths had at one point that, because actually it was announced that, the youths can't catch COVID because they're young, their immune system strong, and so forth. So they tend to be a bit careless. But if you listen to the news, 25 years old has died, a 6-year-old has died, 35 years old has died. It won't get to you. It won't kill you. So which means youth, everybody right down to granny, grandpa have to take care of business. Then the youth would tend to take it home to granny and grandpa. Then you kill them because you catch it, because you think you couldn't catch it. COVID has absolutely no owner. It sees no color. It attacks everything it can. You understand? So we are continue to wash our hands. We are continue to sanitize. We are continue to use the mask. We are continue to take care of business. If you don't have to come to my house, no come to my house. If I don't have to go to your house, I'm not going to your house. Easy as that. But make we take care of business. You know, I got some people when I can't vote today. When they think they come and vote, yesterday they done it. Oh, well, I go and vote. When they went to swab yesterday, you're positive. Stay home. You can't come out and vote. That definitely will hurt you if you're the one vote as bad as me and as bad as others that are out there. That are not nice feelings. You lose your rights to vote because COVID take it away. COVID come upon you, so COVID take your rights to vote. That are not nice feelings. So we have to take care of business. But if you don't want to take care of business, what do you think will happen to we? COVID will overcome us. We must take care of business. We have to protect ourselves. I protect myself. I protect you. You protect yourself. You protect me. But if you don't protect yourself, then you want to walk right up to me and attack? No, man. You don't work like that. You don't work like that. Keep the sanitize your hand. Right? if you could stay away from the drinking bars, stay away from these restaurants that are open, and people pile up in there to drink. That place is dangerous. But we have to continue to take care. We must take care. Gathering, we vote and we go home. No gathering at all. Go home, turn on your radio, and listen to what happens out there. The excitement now will come till really in the night when you hear the UDP start to win. That then the excitement they come because the UDP will return to office. They will be in the House of Representatives again. That's the way it is going to be, and that's the way it should be, because our future matters. We want to vote red. We want to stay rojo, because our future matters. Again, I say that on election day, we go to the polls. In Orange North, we have Carlos Cetina, who is running. The man is on the ground, working, ready to serve you. He's prepared. He's the better choice. Definitely he's the man. So we vote for Carlos Cetina. Likewise, in Orange Central, that has been locked up for representation for quite some time now. We have Denny Grijalva, who is more than willing and ready to represent the people of Orange Central. We vote to the polls and we vote red. We vote for Denny Grijalva. We vote for continuous work, progress. This man has been working pro bono, doing whatever he can to make your life better. You know, flag ball the place. Flags in that bag country. Anybody not satisfied with that? We can't eat the flag. Is continue to get help, but the Prime Minister made it clear that they have to get help. People, the man are coming here this morning and get a store, mattress and different things like that. If the PUP win, all that will come to a pass. Pantry will come to a pass. Assistance will come to a pass. The Lee 150 will stop. Everything will come to a pass. Then we are done. We make that happen. It's why we go to the post and we are down the line because our future matters. We'll be taking a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by the son of the East. We'll be right back.
Mic check 1, 2. Is there anybody out there? Tell me, anybody out there? Can anyone hear me now? Can anyone hear me now? It's time to move this country forward. We can put it in our hands and ours. Patrick Barber, that man, he's not afraid. Stand up and fight for we nation. Bringing honesty, integrity, unity. So we're staying with the UDP for honesty, integrity, and unity. Both Patrick and the UDP, we're moving forward. country led by a leader who has compassion for the poor, who will open the door for the youth like never before. He's a man of honesty, integrity, unity. That's why we're staying with the UDP. Honesty, integrity, unity. Put Patrick and the UDP. We're moving forward. Cause the future matters. We're moving forward. With Patrick and the UDP.
When you think about compassion, care and kindness, the area representative of Orange Walk East, Honorable Elodia Aragon Jr., immediately comes to mind. He has demonstrated through dedication and hard work that the people he represents are his priority. His work in Orange Walk East to deliver goods and services has been never-ending. Infrastructure, streets, water, land, social assistance, sports, and education are areas in which Mr. Aragon has focused and delivered to his people in the Orange Walk East. Honorable Aragon has lived a life of dedicated service to his country and people with an excellent track record. Orange Walk East deserves the best. So, for continued development, vote for Honorable Elodia Aragon Jr.
Largo Cruz, Orange Walk East. Mr. Aragón, él es una persona muy amable y cuando él promete algo, él lo cumple. Y yo soy UDP desde que yo nací y sigo siendo UDP y soy orgulloso de Mr. Aragón. No cometo ningún fallo. Mr. Aragón, el 11 de noviembre, 100%.
Development comes through vision, dedication, and hard work. These qualities possessed by Honorable Elodia Aragon are in full display as he embarked in a project to open new streets in Carmelita Village. This will allow access to new landowners to their own little piece of the jewel. Honorable Elodia Aragon Jr. and the government of Belize, leadership that works.
Carolinas, Carmelita Village. We have a library, well fitted. We have bleachers on the Carmelita field. We have light. We have expansion of the village when it comes to village lot. The Sandpit Road has been retrofitted and many other stuff like people get help with their pantry, they get help with their land. Minister Aragon is someone who cares, he understands, he always takes time out to visit you and discuss with you whatever situation you find yourself in. November 11, 2020, I will be red, Aragon Jr., son of the East. Aragon, we got him.
When the son of the East comes, a champion rise. 2020 election is here. Elodia Aragon Jr. continues his hard work for the people of the East side. Champion of the East, Elodia Aragon Jr. UDP. Aragon works every day for his people every day. Brings integrity, full of honesty. Aragon works every day for his East every day. The son of the East, every people everywhere. Vote the Aragon, vote the UDP for prosperity in the East. Vote the Aragon, vote the UDP, vote the Aragon for prosperity in the East. Oh, we voting back Aragon, we voting back in the East.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. Here here at Channel 10 Studios with Honorable Elder Aragon. I'm sitting in for Robert Cheque Usher, who is unable to be here. Minister, good morning and welcome to the show this beautiful Tuesday morning on the eve of the 2020 elections for the country of Belize. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, and of course I'd like to say a pleasant good morning to all our radio listeners who are tuning in to us on 104.9 FM East Radio. No matter where you are, whether you're at home, you're in the village, or you're on the road, I would want to say good morning. It's a pleasure being here, Noble. I know today time is very limited. You know, we are on the eve of the election 2020, and you know, it's good to be here in studios to be able to say a few words, you know, to just before election. You know, I think it's an honor, and I feel very good to be here today.
It is. Minister, the last time we were here last week, we tried to impart to the listening audience and viewers the amount of work that you have been doing in the Orange Walk East area. And well, we were swamped with calls at that time. So you did not speak on a lot of these very good projects that you had lobbied for and you had implemented in Orange Walk East. We might get into some of those and things, but all in all, are you satisfied with the amount of work that you have achieved, that you managed to get done in your tenure?
Yes, without a doubt. I think if people really look at our record of accomplishments that we've had, this highlights some of the more important projects that have been done, projects that are, and we have other projects that are underway, ongoing, and will be accomplished. I think throughout this tenure of 5 years, I can tell you, Noble, I feel very satisfied knowing that we could have accomplished so much in such a little time. Of course, there's a lot more things that needs to be done, you know, a lot more work that needs to be done. I think that for me, the important thing is being able to look back, reflect back, and look at what we have done and what we have accomplished. I think that speaks volumes of the work that we have been doing on a day-to-day basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. The work has not ceased. The work has not just sat there with nobody doing it. We have done it, I think, to a large extent. We have done great work in the East, and I think on the last talk show we were talking about some of the pillars in terms of what I constitute pillars of empowerment of our community. Right? And those are the things that I bring to the table in terms of my leadership here in the Orange Walk East constituency. And I think we have really hit some of those pillars when you talk about employment, when we talked about education, when we talked about looking at the land in terms of assisting people to get a piece of land. And that most of these lands that were given out to the villages. You know, we never really, I would want to say that not in the tongue, the phase 2 will bring about, which this new term will bring about, land for the people of Orange Walk Tongue East Side, you know. So I think a lot of work has been done, and definitely a lot more work needs to be done, Noble, because when you look at the East, priorities such as land, the continuing of educational assistance, looking at meaningful projects that at the end of the day will both empower our community and people is so important.
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're in the air. Morning, sir.
Morning, Minister.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
How are you? What's up, already?
All right, my brother. Morning.
I just want to let you know that we are ready to vote for you again tomorrow.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much.
Last month, our country of Belize to be moving forward.
All right.
And I have the next thing to tell you, right?
Okay.
And the son do not vote, the Lampos do not vote. That we vote Our decision don't made already. Unity again.
All right. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. You know, I'll tell you, Noble, definitely I think I feel very good, positive, that we have done a lot, and especially leading up to election during this COVID year. I think we really have been out there doing our best to assist people, and I think that to me that goes a long way, especially when you can reach out to people in the time of need that they may have. I think these are the things that for me count,
We can look at it in this way. Really and truly, this government only had 4 years to deliver. With respect to having the ability to get the funding and deliver services and deliver goods to the people, the UDP only had 4 years. COVID-19 hit us hard from the beginning of this year.
That's right.
And that, right away, you have to backpedal. You have to refocus, restructure your finances and everything, because then it means that the monies that you had earmarked for certain things that you had projected or you wanted to accomplish would no longer happen. We are talking about things like the police station in Carmelita.
Right.
That had not the government discovered or the ministry discovered that someone had owned that land where it was to be built, it would have been built.
Yeah, I mean, start from last year. But
but
this
the money
year,
was
the
there,
plan
they had
was
to
still
pay.
there for this year, but the COVID really messed us up. And I think it messed up, how would I put it, a budget that we had already allocated in terms of looking at projects, things that we wanted to accomplish this year. But at the end of the day, nobody that has not deterred the plans. It just has delayed some of these projects to be done. And definitely, some of these projects, I think, are very dear to me and important. And these are the things that we will capitalize on our next term here to get done for the people, because at the end of the day, it's about improving our community, Noble, first and foremost. And I do think that when we look at the record of accomplishments that we have done, people can clearly see the work that we have been doing.
It's there for all to see.
Major projects that have brought about the improvement of our community and the empowerment of our people. And I do think that that speaks for itself. But yet, there's a lot more work that needs to be done. Noble. I think I've always told people, when you want to get things done, you just have to step out of your house, and you know that there's work to be done.
It is really commendable, Minister, that you had, as a young person, come from behind, so to speak, and managed to implement the type of development, the type of projects that we have seen in Orange Walk East, in all the villages, in the 5 villages. The constant work that was happening, not because there was an election coming at any point in time, because it's not like the other guys. They get busy when election time. We saw what they did with the graders last 2 weeks Friday.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Good morning, SugarCity Morning Show.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, I would like to congratulate Mr. Elodio Jr.
Okay.
for doing a good, awesome work in our job. Ozaki.
Okay.
Well, I would like the people from Santa Marta, Carmelita, Toba Champa Ridge, Palmar, and Louisiana unite together as one, move forward with victory with Minister Aragon, who's a true leader, a leader that has worked, proven himself in the East and the whole country of the East, especially here in Iraq.
Okay.
Mr. Aragon has made a tremendous development in the East, something that has never been done for the past 25 years. He has accomplished that in 5 years. He deserves another more 5 years to continue this work. The work hasn't finished. Needs 5 more years to develop so we could see more progress in the East. Aragon has proven itself a true leader. And I know the people in Carmelita, in Tobahil, Chaparrich, Santa Marta, Louisiana, they highly appreciate the work which Mr. Aragon has done in the East.
All right.
When it comes to football, when it comes to development in all the villages, that man has done it with his heart for the people in the East. I really admire Mr. Aragon for the true work he has done for the people in the East. Mr. Aragon, the East is with you, and definitely we will be celebrating another victory with the East.
All right.
I know you have never forgot the East. You do it with your heart. And the people have seen the tremendous development that is happening in the East. I would like to thank you very much, really appreciate, and invite all PUPs to wake up and see the work which you have accomplished for them. This is not about PUP nor UDP. This is about the true leadership that you are. And the people are seeing that development that you have done for them. And I really appreciate that development work and transformation you have done for the East. People of the East, it's time to give Mr. Aragon another opportunity. He's a man that is really working for the East. He's not like the Burgos that been there 5 years, like that Julio Mendez wasted their time in the East collecting the taxpayers' money and no development in the East. Mr. Aragon, you truly work and continue the work. The people highly appreciate the work you've done for them. So, I wish you all the best, and I wish you the victory for the East.
All right.
Here in Orange Central, there is a true leader. He has done a lot in a few years, months that he's been working for the people. Johnny has been representing 27 years Orange Central. Cannot show nothing, just collecting our taxpayers' money. Johnny has no shame. Johnny needs to go. Gente de San Esteban, gente de Orange Central, este no es partido porque es Johnny Bertelio. Usted ha mirado, Johnny Bertelio no ha hecho nada en el Orange Central. Esa carretera que se hizo de Orange a San Esteban, lo hizo el señor Elodio Aragon Siria. Y desde que Johnny entró en poder, esa carretera fue abandonado 27 años. Johnny no ha hecho nada para la gente de Orange. Todos esas fotos pulsas que ponen, él lo pone para su interés de él y su familia, no para ustedes, la gente, como dice, con nosotros todos ganamos. Eso es una filosofía que Johnny usa para engañar a la gente. Cuando él dice nosotros ganamos, solo él y su familia ganan. Nosotros los
That's right. Así es.
San Esteban, nadie gana, solo la familia Briceño gana.
Eso es.
Eso hay que pararlo. San Esteban, wake up, brothers and sisters. PUP, paren de soportar a Johnny, 27 años, Johnny no ha mostrado nada. En el periodo de 1998, Johnny vendieron PTL, BL, WASA, Port y Port, and the list goes on. Esa gente, desde que entran en el poder, solo a destruir la economía beliceña. Y lo han hecho 3 veces. So I think the UDP deserves another 5 more years to continue the tremendous transformation that is taking place here in the whole country of Belize. I would like to salute Mr. Honorable Dean Barrow. You took Belize tremendous transformation, Mr. Barrow. And the people have seen the 12 years you give to them with the bottom of your heart, and they highly appreciate it. So, thanks to you, the UDP will be voting once again for 5 more years for the United Democratic Party, because united we defend the poor, and united we will be stronger than ever to work towards the victory for the whole United Democratic Party. So we would like to see another 5 more years with the United Democratic Party once again, with Mr. Roger Aragon in the east, and then we can have in Central, Lupe Magralia Dick in the south, and our young Maisho in the north, which is Mr.
Carlos Cetina.
Carlos Cetina. You guys are true leaders. Uno go there for the salary, uno go there for the love and uno country, the love of uno town, and the love for the people. That is what I see about the POP. When it comes to the UDP, when it comes to the POP, all they do is criticize, and criticize.
That's all they
And
do.
they will continue criticizing one another 5 more years. Solo como por sabe, puro criticar. ¿Ah? Yo no sé qué le pasa a sabe, las cosas like them, dog. My daddy Alice taught me, they teach me from the dog, the animal that open the eyes at 15 years after they're born. What a fool will never do, open the eyes.
That's a good one.
Yes, el perro abre su ojo a los 15 días después que nacen, pero el bruto jamás va a abrir su ojo. Y esos son los POPs.
Yeah.
Esos son los POPs. Ellos todos están ciegos a través de Johnny, han mirado que Johnny, 27 años, no ha hecho nada para Richard Central, ni para Belize cuando él era Deputy Prime Minister. So, UDP, make unite, we go early in the morning and cast our votes, because it's very, very important to promote early with the bottom of our heart, or to give these 4 right young candidates, because they will continue working for us. When you vote for the UDP, you're voting for me and you and your future generation. Let us keep progress development alive. And only with the UDP, we could continue the development and progress. Mr. Aragon, I wish you all the best. Santa Ridge, Santa Marta, Carmelita, Tobail, Louisiana, Palmar, make we go alone with our hearts para mirar más desarrollo en nuestras aldeas. Y solo con Mr. Aragon lo podemos conseguir, porque él ya ha mostrado el amor a las aldeas y a su área, que es el este. That's why they call you the son of the east, because you're there for your people. And your people highly appreciate the work you have done. And these are not blah, blah, blah. These are 2 things you could show, and the people have seen it, and the whole entire country believes. So thank you very much, and I wish you a victorious
Election.
Mr. Aragon, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
I want to shake your hand for the
Sure, man. Thank you. I appreciate those words.
I know you have lots of callers, and we only expect more development with you for next 5 more years.
Definitely, brother. Definitely.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
that, Carla.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aragon.
Thanks for those words, Carla. Really appreciate that, I mean, it goes a long way, because at the end of the day, Noble,
People are seeing what's happening.
definitely, and it's all about getting the work done for
You
constituents,
see,
and,
getting the work done is one thing, Appreciation is another.
yeah.
And there are a lot of people out there that do appreciate the work that has been done. The man is right. Look at Johnny Briceño, 27 years as a representative. And what did Johnny Briceño do? Can anybody
see what and come up and say, well, this is what Johnny Briseño did? Nothing.
For the amount of years.
Nothing. Danny Grijalba has been there. I have to give kudos to Danny. Danny has been there consistently working, much like yourself, working and working and working to improve, to show some sort of improvement for the people of Central, and he has been doing it with his personal resources, you know. Um, but Minister, like we were talking about, the development that you have brought to Orangerockis is tangible. It is something that can be seen. It's not somebody heard of or somebody make up a story. It is there. You have all the documentation of all the works that are done in the East.
Right.
And this is just some of it because
There's a lot more
they-
out there
they-
where we
yes,
can't fit in there.
your pamphlet could not take all the pictures of everything that you have done, obviously. So it just goes to show the volume of work that you have done in, like I was saying, 4 years, because this year was a challenge.
Yeah, this year be tough, and
You
it's
had
been a
plans that
challenge.
could not have been
Yeah.
implemented. You have the one that had to take a back seat, like the light project for Liberty Avenue,
Right.
which was a project that you had already developed and ready to implement. But how can you, in good faith, build or start to put down projects on the ground, and there are people that don't have a job? There are people
And I
that don't have ways and means to put that food on the table.
Well, definitely with this COVID, I will tell you that the government, I mean, within this 1 year, less than 1 year, Noble, I mean, with this COVID-19 and what it has brought, not only on our economy, but globally. What is happening, Noble, is that when you look at the entire situation worldwide, I mean, these countries across the globe have had difficulties. It's not
Yeah,
just
it's
one
not-
situation for
exactly.
Belize.
Not special to
And
Belize.
people must understand this, because people might say, oh, well, you know what, only we they go through this. No. We have had economies who
Yes,
have been
worldwide.
shaken worldwide, right? And definitely when you look at what is happening here in Belize, you must reflect and say, you know what, in less than 1 year, the UDP government stood up, did what it had to do, and was there for the people, Yes, the projects we had, etc. And I would want to assume that not only here, but across the country, Noble, was the same situation, and a number of funding that was projected for this and that never come to fruition because of the fact that that funding was used by the government to manage the situation of the COVID. And definitely it is not like we don't have that challenge. That challenge is still with us right now. But within less than a year, the government has been able to mobilize and assist people out there as best as possible, assist with the unemployment relief fund, assisted with the food support. And even now, under the heavy rains that we have encountered over the weekend that passed, Noble, and the flooding that really
disaster
affected a
management
lot of
was-
people out there, I mean, the government again has reacted and moved swiftly to support the communities in these flood areas. And I will tell you, that speaks volumes of this government, because it has
And their
always
ability to
been
lead,
there
yeah.
for people, exactly, and that is important,
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're there.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning.
Yes. I want to congratulate Minister Aragon
Okay.
for the things that he have done right here at Champagne, first of all, the community center.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Go-
From Sultan Ridge Village.
Uh-huh.
We are proud of our minister, and I hope that he will win tomorrow.
Definitely with your
Yes,
support,
man,
it
of
can
course,
happen.
of course.
It will happen.
Yeah, that's why.
All right, thank you, Carla. We appreciate those words,
Yeah.
All right, sure, man.
Yes, man. We are ready for tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Noble. And to me, the important thing people must realize, Noble, is that, listen to me, at this point in time, this government report card is there for everyone to see, Noble. And I don't see how we are going into an election and the populists out there will look at things differently. You know, I know say the party has been a perfect party, Noble, man, but you can't compare the UDP with the PUP. We all know who the PUP were. When you listen to the first caller, what the man talk about, what the PUP had done in terms of
Sell out
selling out our
everything.
national assets, Noble, their report card is like really terrible, you know?
It's a
And,
disaster.
yeah.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on the air.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, morning.
Well, I'm from Carmelita Village, Joab, and I just want to big up Mr. Elodia Aragon Jr. for the job well done he has done for the village, and that we are ready to support him tomorrow for election day.
Okay. Thank you.
And we like to appreciate him for the job well done that he has done for the village.
Okay.
All right.
And I just want to tell everyone to vote UDP tomorrow for Mr. Aragon. And, well, that's all I got to say, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, man. And like I made it say, Noble, you know, nationally people must understand that, listen, tomorrow is an important day, you know, Noble. It's decision time in terms of the population, the voter across this country making a decision in terms of what they want for the next 5 years.
If we continue moving forward, or we send this back to the
exactly.
dark
You
ages.
understand me? Because definitely, Noble, my greatest fear is that when you look at the leadership of the PUP, man, they don't have it.
It's the
And
same-
to put them
same
back
crowd.
along with Ashcraft and that crowd, we will be in serious, serious trouble.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say that, you know, a leader is someone who believes in the people, who works for the people. I have noticed that the PUP, all they do is to criticize, invent stories, come up with a lot of things, and they believe that by knocking down people, criticizing people, that is the right way to go. Now, those are not leaders. They are not leaders because they depend on being negative. Mr. Loya Rabon Jr. has never gone and criticized personal lives of people.
Yep.
He is positive. He is positive about building people. He works in the East, and he has done a lot of work in the East, and he has been positive in everything he does. He has been constructing and building. I am sure that he could have talked about the faggot. He could have talked about Johnny and his dad and Johnny's son. He could have said all these nasty things about them. But he doesn't do that. He keeps away from that. And that is a leader. Somebody who believes in the good work that he does and not in the negative things that deal with people. I have never heard him say anything about a faggot. I've never heard him talk about Joe Briseño, dad of Johnny Briseño, the son of Johnny Briseño, who we all know who he is. The minister you have there has been positive, building the lives of people, constructing belief, doing whatever he can to help. That is a leader. And I am going to ask everybody in the East, and vote for the United Democratic Party, vote for the leader Elodia Rabon Jr. I have no doubt that the United Democratic Party with Elodia Rabon Jr. will be victorious. There is no doubt of that. We are going to be victorious in the East. And so I want to tell all the people of the East, just do what you have to do. Don't worry, we are going to be victorious. We have done the work. The minister has done the work that he needs to do. And it tells us that because of the good work that he has done, we are going to be victorious in the East. The United Democratic Party with Elodia Rabon Jr. will see victory in the East. Thank you.
Thank you, Callum. Yeah, man, Noble, definitely. So you know, when you look at things, and the public out there must look at things for what it is, normally. Where we want to go, where do we want to go as a people and as a nation? You understand me?
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on the air.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Hablo para saludarlos
Okay.
Okay.
y para decirles pues que el día de mañana nosotros vamos a ganar. Y segundo, para darle gracias a Miss Aragón por lo que hace por su pueblo. Porque lo que él hace es hasta donde le alcanza lo que él tiene, lo que él da, lo que él dé por su pueblo. Miss Aragón, no se preocupe, su pueblo está con usted. Vamos a ganar. Aquellos que no reconozcan lo que usted hace es porque realmente no tienen lucidez de analizar que usted es una persona que dé por su pueblo y a usted no le importa quien sea, usted ayuda porque usted tiene un corazón noble. Yo le doy gracias porque a mí me han ayudado mucho y realmente agradezco. Y cada vez que veo que están ayudando al pueblo, lo agradezco. Yo en nombre de Carmelita le doy gracias.
Okay.
A mí me ha servido bastante. Conozco gente que yo he mandado a donde Miss Aragón porque no tenían para pagar el estudio de sus hijos y Miss Aragón se los ha pagado. Tienen cantidades poquitas. Usted es una persona que ayuda y no dice vayan y cuenten, al contrario dicen no digas nada. Gracias, Miss Aragón, le agradezco.
Okay.
Soy Mari.
Okay.
Gracias.
Estoy muy agradecida y mi familia y yo estamos con usted siempre.
Okay. Muchas gracias. Gracias por esas
El
palabras.
día de mañana ahí estamos.
Sí, man, gracias, allá estamos.
Sí, con usted siempre.
Okay, gracias.
This is the PUP. The previous caller had mentioned about what the PUP did. They criticize and they be negative and so. The PUP has taken their role as opposition too serious.
Yeah.
They oppose everything. They oppose they oppose all the good things that you do, criticize and be negative, and that's not the job of an opposition.
Yeah.
Opposition supposed to be there to assist and to help. They are elected as well,
Right.
Right. But they take it to a different level. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're there.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm calling from Carmelita.
Okay.
I would like to thank the minister for everything he has done for this village. He has prospered the village in these 5 years he has been. And then I want to tell everybody to please vote UDP tomorrow. If we want to see changes, if we want to see our village prosper, we need to vote for UDP.
Okay.
All right.
You sound like
Thank you very much.
a young person.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you aware of what the PUP did back in 98 to 2008? Do you know about the evil, wicked things that they did?
Yes, I'm aware because my parents, they like watching the news, they like getting informed, so I am aware of that. They also talk to me about what has happened in the past before I was born, so yeah, I'm aware of all of that.
Okay, that's very important because as young people, I'm sure you don't have a reference point, meaning that you don't know and you did not experience it yourself. But if you are informed, if you know your history, then you know that you don't want to go back to those times.
Yes, I'm well informed of that.
Very good, very good. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
too,
thank you,
Carla.
Carla. Appreciate those words of support, but definitely noble. And this is the bottom line, People are going to go and vote tomorrow. Man, we have to look at and be real and tell ourselves, where do we want to go? We want to continue with the progress that this government has brought to the people, man. It is the UDP. And you can't say, well, the UDP has transformed itself. Right now we're having a new leader. Things are moving progressively forward. Do we want to go back to the old days with the same old PUP who sold out our national assets, who were in bed with Ashcroft and still in bed with Ashcroft, Noble? We cannot take that away, you know. You think Ashcroft they're wrong for style right now? Ashcroft is wrong because he has his hand in with the PUP, and that is the danger we have. And the PUP they're out there for try to put out one show, you know, to deceive the people of this country.
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're there.
Yes, good morning. A pleasant good morning to everybody. Minister, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Everybody on the show this morning.
Morning.
It's one more day before victory for the United Democratic Party, and I'm so confident, I feel so good that we, the Belizean people, will go back and do the right thing and vote for the United Democratic Party because our future matters. Minister, you can count on us, 100%.
All right.
We will give you that vote of confidence so we can make Patrick Farber the next Prime Minister of this country. Orange East is always with Patrick Farber, 100%. UDP all the way.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I like what the guy that called earlier said. The animals, like the dogs, they open their eyes at 15 days. A fool will never open his eye. So those that they see the development in their face, you know, in front of them, but they don't want to see it. They don't open the eye. Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're on the air.
Morning, good morning.
Morning.
How's everything going?
Everything is going good, brother. It's feeling the victory for tomorrow.
Yes, I know. Well, just calling. I'm a youth here in the East, and I just wanted to tell Minister that I'm impressed with everything he's done and he keeps doing. And I just wanted to let him know that I fully support him tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Just want to wish him the very best, and we will make sure that he gets in tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Carla. Thank you.
Be out of the way.
That's
right.
correct.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, man.
God bless.
Yeah, man. Same to you, Carla.
All right.
You know, and thanks for those words of
Your
encouragement.
people are seeing it.
Yes, and I think nobly this is it.
They have made up their mind as well.
Yeah, and in the East, definitely, you know, we have the work, the record to show the work we have done, nobly. And likewise, and the important thing is that the Belizean people must wake up and open their eyes. You know, this is a very important decision they will be making.
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, that this is gone. That Carmelita is going red.
Okay, as usual.
So, acá vamos a estar apoyando a Mr. Aragón y desde tempranito vamos a salir a buscar a la gente y sacarlos para que hagan vote red.
All right.
Okay, gracias.
Okay.
Yep. So definitely, Noble, and I will say that, you know, we will not get into this topic good, but definitely simple thing in terms of how we go about making a decision. Man, how you could dare think that we want to put back Gianni Briseño and the expats, the Moses Fonsecas, the Marines, same old crowd who brought this country to its knees, you know.
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow.
Morning, can I say something on the air?
Yes,
You're on the air.
You are on the air, darling.
Okay, I would like the minister to address the COVID in Orange Walk so much. Because after this election, the whole Orange Walk will have COVID. Thank you. So can the minister address the situation of COVID in Orange Walk?
Okay,
Sure,
valid
man.
point.
Yeah.
That
Well,
before
definitely
the
that-
end shows,
yeah.
you need to deal with that COVID.
Yes, definitely, because the idea, this whole thing about COVID, Noble, has to do with the people, you know.
It's the behavior of the people.
Exactly. We have to ensure that the public be well aware of this situation and abide by things. And sometimes it's not easy, you know, Noble, because we are social beings, you know. People like congregate, people like come together. And that is why I think that
And we had years too, you know.
Of course. So a lot of factors play into how this thing is spreading.
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're on the air.
Good morning.
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 I'm calling from Carmelita Village. And I want to big up Mr. Aragon because he is the boss of all boss. And I really want to big up him really big from Carmelita. And I want all the people to know from everywhere, from Corozal, from everywhere to vote red, to where to Placenta or whatever. Please vote red because red is the power. And we will stand strong and firm for the red. And we will beat the PUP. All right.
All right. Thank you, Carla.
You know, I hear some of these calls, and in the background you have people saying it like they can get on the air as well. But
Yeah.
everybody wants to be a part of it. You can know that it is the people. Your people are active, Minister. Your people are. They are like the. I know I refer to them as dogs, but they are like the animals that open the eye early, long time. They see the development. The PUP will never. The
Yeah.
PUP is like the Carla said. They are fools. They will never see the development. Won't see. They don't see it because they don't want to see it. It's not all they are thinking about. They are following the leaders, Johnny, and those that have their eyes set on the government coffers because that is what they are all about. They are about getting their hands on the people's money for put it in their pocket like what they did. Johnny Briseño says, "So no me."
Right.
They stole millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
It's very true.
I never said that Johnny Briseño said, I don't have a quarrel with that. Check with Johnny. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on the air.
Good morning.
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 Yes, I'm just calling in because, I just want Mr. Honorable Elodia Aragon to know that he has our support here in the East, that we are very, we are very delighted with all the good things that he has been doing, helping out his people. During the COVID times, he has been there with them. And, that we are more than happy to know that he's going to be, elected again, because we believe in him and he has always shown our support to everybody, regardless of the colors or, anything that has come his way, it's not easy. And he has shown to us, the people, that he's always there to support us.
Carla, where you from? Where are you calling us from?
I am calling from the East,
Or
Guapo.
Louisiana, okay. All right.
All right. Well, thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
dear.
Carla. I really appreciate those words as support, no?
Yes. You're most welcome as well.
Yeah. Thank you,
So
Carla.
very intelligent sounding
Yes,
callers
yes.
there.
And then definitely, nobly, and we have to be real, like I always say. Nobly, we cannot put Johnny Briseño, who was the leader, put on the leader guy. He was a deputy prime minister, and under his watch, nobly, he allowed this country to be devastated in terms of having seen our national assets sold off to Ashcroft. He's in bed with Ashcroft right now.
Nobody want lend with money,
You understand me? What he brought this country to, Noble, is unforgivable and unforgettable. And I will tell the public out there, listen, you have to be real. You are putting the same people back in our office, man. Something wrong with we if we ever got away, Noble. I'm telling you, Huh?
The UDP has shown that they can get this country out of the mess that the PUP put them in.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to prove that again, man.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on the air.
Morning, Minister Aragon.
Yeah, morning.
Morning, Mr. Noble.
Morning, sir.
My contribution is about the Aragon family contribution to education.
Right.
It started a long time ago with the late Teresa Aragon, who was a stellar educator. She not only educated people in the classroom, but she was a member of several women youth groups,
Yeah.
enhancing the human fiber in whichever way she can. So well-rounded.
Very active,
contributing to the original community in terms of personal enhancement. But it goes further than that. Today, Mrs. Aragon siblings continue to be professional educators and continue to contribute to the education of the original community. But things you should know, that added to their contributing professionally in 1986, probably 1987, the senior Elodia Aragon built the first Louisiana school in Orange East.
1988.
Well, 1986, 87, 1988, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
My memory serves me wrong, but it's around there.
Right.
So he contributed the first Louisiana school in the east of Orange. And at that time, the PUP had a lot for say.
Yeah.
Usually
They criticize it.
And they don't understand what a development. That's why they can't develop this country. But suffice to say that in 88, the Aragon Senior built the first Louisiana school. And it was a big contribution to that area because the children used to go in Macolada, Tuki, and traffic, risking their lives. But that was put to a halt when Mr. Aragon built the first Louisiana school. And now, 30 years later, or 30 plus years later, Elodia Aragon Jr. is doing it again. So let us not lose track of the first column of education for Louisiana was Elodia Aragon Sr. Now, 30 years later, history repeats itself and the legacy continues. Aragon Jr. is currently setting down one of the biggest buildings with the purpose of educating the original community.
Right.
So there's what you call credibility versus a track record. The family has contributed in the classroom, and the family continues to contribute in the infrastructure of making education possible to the Belizean community. So kudos to you. At the risk of sounding arrogant, I'll stretch your saying a little further. In your 4 years, Aragon Jr., you have developed and achieved a lot. With no disrespect, representative, you have done a lot more than a lot of them have ever done. And at the risk of sounding arrogant, I'll stretch you a little thinner. You have done in your 4 years more than what Daniel Desenio has done in 30 years for Orange Block Central, added to your area. So in 2 years, in 4 years, you have done more than two big representatives of the PUP. So I want the people to understand that your track record speaks for yourself, and this is not your result. Because the eyes quick and open, they see the school being built, they see development, they see community centers, they see schools, the high school of Carmelita, all of that, the development for the community of Orange East. So here what? I beg the people to understand that change will come automatic. Change comes through hard work. Development likewise will come automatically. Development goes through hard work. And you are doing that. So kudos to you. And I invite the people of Orange East to continue to support you tomorrow all the way. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
sir.
Carla. Thank you.
You have to have that vision.
Thanks for those words, yes, and definitely Noble.
And
It
that
does
vision, the will to implement
exactly,
it.
and it doesn't happen because it just happened, Noble.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you are telling me that I've been here just 4 years and we could have accomplished so much great work. And when you had other representatives there for the last 30 years,
but
and we
people
don't say
can
nothing
see this,
major, man. It
and-
comes down because we have to have a plan, we have to work it and ensure we have that commitment to the people.
SugarCity MorningShow, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, good morning. I want to know right now, you know.
All right.
About Trebeke, Severu, right here, Novello Electronic, right here in front of the hospital. I
Okay.
congratulate Uno that the morning show because Uno, item number one, I with the Aragon Jr. all the way
All right.
tomorrow morning.
Oh,
We
those
lost
are-
that car.
yeah.
The development, like the Carla brought up a very important point there, and something that I think people forget, because we are short-term
Yeah.
people with short-term memory. Your mom, the late Miss Teresa, she was indeed an educator and
Yeah.
very active. I think countless people can attest to the good work that she did and how she touched their lives personally with respect to them being productive citizens of this town. No, because she never joked. She was very
Yeah.
active in everything that she did. Like the youth group, the women's group that she assisted. She did a lot of small projects for people
Yeah.
that helped them personally, and the development. I remember Mr. Teresa very well. Education was her thing as well. And like the guy brought up, 1988, your father fought just much like yourself. Forget that school, Louisiana school built in Louisiana, and back then the POP fought against him to not have that school. I said, well, we need a school here for, but they didn't have that vision. Now you're here again,
Yeah.
and the Louisiana government school is getting one of the
Well, I feel
biggest
good, I feel
buildings.
very good about that school, and I must thank again the principal and all her staff, the PT, everybody who had a hand in this, Noble. And these things are things that come out and make things great, because at the end of the day, Noble, what we could do. In this life, it's simple. I see people come and go, people I know who pass.
Left your mark
And what? Then you
How are you
move on.
remembered?
You understand me? I am glad to know that, listen, man, we got work out there. People need help. People want good leadership to move our wonderful constituency forward, our wonderful and beautiful country forward. How do we get there? We get there by having good leaders, people who are truly committed to seeing progress for others, people who want to make things happen for the greater good of our community. And that is the UDP right now. At this point in time, it is the UDP who is making these things all possible, Noble. Good stewardship, good governance. I not see how people going back and put the PUP, the same bunch of people who sold off our national assets, the same people who brought this country to its knees, the same people who took millions and millions of dollars away from the Belizean people. Huh? Something must wrong with we if we going back and do that, Noble. Huh? And I always say, you know what, throughout these 5 years that I've been in office, man, I learned a lot about politics. And it's not been without challenges, Noble, and I could have sit here, me and you, and talk about every single challenges we've had, what we have been through, but at the end of the day, Noble, you know what? It is what it is, no matter where you go. But at the end of the day, right now, decision time is here for the people of this country. Decision time is here for the people of the Orange Rockies constituency to decide how do we move forward for the next 5 years. Do we continue with the progress? Do we continue with getting the work done? Or do we sit back and retrogress back with the PUP? You understand me?
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're in the air.
Yeah, good morning. Morning, sir. Okay. All right. All right, sure. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate those words, support, And this is what we have to fight every day, Noble. Fighting for what is right for this country, man. And that is why I truly believe that at this point in time, the UDP is the only option that can take this country forward, Noble. We are in a COVID-19 situation where our economy is not as strong as it was. We're in an economic situation where we need good stewardship. You will put Johnny beside you in an crowd, you know what they do to this country? They will resell our national assets because that's all they know about.
Remember?
And they are in bed with Ashcraft. People cannot forget this. They're in bed with Ashcraft. This man, all he wants to do is control and own this country. And the PUP is the one that's going to bring this on a silver platter. Man, we can't stand for that. Nobly what the UDP has done to regain our national assets, man. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, man, when these national assets like BTL, WAS, and who are milk, where I want to call cows that give milk, you understand me, to the nation. Because these cows, you milk them cow every day and they provide for the people of this country. The PUP will resell these things, without a doubt, if they are back in office.
Well, I wonder because he is into He's into telecommunications as well.
Right. So we cannot have the PUP back in office, Noble. They are not the answer, and I tell
When
you
you
why.
do BTL,
Noble, he got interest in a smart. What do you think
Competition.
he do? He sell that out or allow that to go under? Huh?
Or
One way or
suck
the
that
other.
into
Listen to
smart.
me. Time and time again, they have done things over and over that is at the detriment of the people. Why? For their own personal gain. And this is why you can't take, Noble. Man, where Johnny Brisson you the plan for though? You have owned the whole world. What you can do with that, my brother? You can't carry that when he pass away. Huh? Huh? You can't do that. Though. How you? I don't see how people could have heart and basically deprive Belizeans of a better future.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Yep. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Novello.
Yes, sir. I want to urge the people of the Orange District that we put ourselves on the map of history like we did in 1984 when we went to the polls and we elected 4 UDP area representatives. Now, these are times of crisis. So it was in 1984.
All right.
In 1984, Judge Fay said, there was little or no growth, we cannot go no further. So, what we did, we changed that. Right? Now, 2020, we have price again, especially with the COVID. And we can only trust the UDP to lead us out of this crisis. We can't trust the PUP. Remember that Gianni abandoned the National
Oversight
Commission against COVID. Now, yesterday, I was passing by Dangra Street in Yantown area, and I could see that the children remember Dangra Street. I have been to Dangra Street many times during the past 4 years because a good friend of mine lives on that street. And just know that you remember the fix up Dangra Street. This is how the PUP operate. They are not proactive, they are just reactive. And this is a Johnny area when they represent for the past 27 years.
Yeah.
This is, Johnny is not leadership material. And Johnny does not have the capacity to be the Prime Minister of this country. Because remember, he not even know when Belize gained independence. According to Johnny, it was 1979. And we all know that Johnny can't think for himself, brother. Jaime think for himself. And when Jaime burned out, then he will put it take over the thinking for Johnny and Jaime. So Johnny is not leadership material. And Johnny has an exit strategy when he loses tomorrow. Because Johnny will appoint himself senator, because according to the Constitution, the PUP is entitled to a Senate seat.
Yes, yes.
So Johnny wants to be a senator, and if any PUP wins, then that he will be appointed the parliamentary leader of the opposition in the House. It happened before. Remember when Judge Clark last in 1984? He still was the leader of the PUP.
In the House.
Lorenzo Marin was the parliamentary leader of the opposition.
Right.
So it's just repeating itself once again. And remember the Ashcroft factor, right? I am certain that John will give him ETL for the bad debt that the PUP incurred with the Universal Health Services. That Belizean cannot get an aspirin from that hospital, the private hospital, right?
Yes, yes.
And I am understanding that should Johnny win, and God forbid it never happens, that Courtney will be the Governor General. The blue eyelayer of Ashcroft, the attorney of Ashcroft, So that will mean that Ashcroft will be in total control of the country. He will control the government, the Governor General, and they'll just get back BTL. So these are very serious times for Belize.
That's right.
And Belizeans, wake up. Johnny Dole said that he will disband the GSU, the Gang Suppression Unit, and that is a surge in crime countrywide. Take no chance. Let us go back to the map of history and vote for the 4 different UDP candidates in the Orange Grove district. And let us do it countrywide. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Yeah, thank you, Kala. Oh, but you know, the Kala made some very important points, Noble. Listen to me. People must
Johnny has a
understand
plan.
this situation. Johnny soul is sold to Ashcraft. Ashcraft and the PUP is nothing good for this
Ashcroft
country.
owns the PUP.
You understand me? Noble, they ever get in and you have people like Courtney and Mbale. Listen to me. You know, do you think Mbale got love for this country?
As a
All they
senator,
love is money.
he
All they
abdicated
love
his
is
seat.
power.
He abdicated
Huh?
his duties as senator
Then
and
okay.
flew to Miami
Exactly.
to fight against Belize.
Yeah, exactly. And these are things, Noble. People could say these things. And this is why I implore to people out there, man. You have to make the right decision come this election. And Belize is for Belizeans, you know. Belize is for us. Huh? And we have the power in terms that tomorrow election day, normally every single one of us has that constitutional right to go out and vote. But not just for go out and vote for vote's sake, you know. It is to go out and make a decision in terms of how we want to see this country move forward. And if we want to see a progressive countryman, then we have to put the right people in place. And I will tell you this right now, Johnny Briseño and that crowd that he has there are not the people who can represent this country. These are the people who will tear down this country from where it is right now. And I think we need to stick with who we know in terms of knowing that, listen, this country has been progressively moving forward. It's under good stewardship. It's under good governance. And no matter what the PUP have said, they can never compare to the UDP right now. And that is why I ask Noble, people must make a conscious decisions moving forward. They're not only about me in the East. It's about what is the best for our country, man. You understand?
The party that will lead this country forward. Good morning, SugarCity Morning Show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Norbert.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning, Minister.
Yeah, morning.
First of all, let me tell you that the people of Nigeria are ready to keep you in government to ensure that development continues, progress for your Nigeria continues. Tomorrow is a very important election. Maybe one of the most important ones. But this one of the most important ones after 1981. I think.
Not 79.
Not 79,
Right.
1981, when we became an independent country. But it is more important for the people of Orange East. Just maybe one of the most important elections after 2015. Because after 2015 is when we start to see development, it's when we start to see progress, when we started to see things coming to the Orange East. After that, we know that Orange East was abandoned by those who, we had a UDP representative who, because of his tantrum and his attitude, did not do anything for Orange East. Then we had a PUP elected era representative who, by the way, didn't do absolutely nothing for Orange. When 2015, the Orange East elected Elodia Aragon Jr., we started to see much development. We started to see things coming to the Orange East, goods and services of the government coming to the Orange East. And we need to keep it that way. Tomorrow at 7, all polling stations will be open. And tomorrow, the people of Orange East need to go early to cast that vote and ensure to vote for Elodia Aragon Jr. Not because of the noise that the POPs are doing, because they are talking about and having some polls, POP polls, calling it a win for the People's United Party. But we know that is not so. They have always done that. They did it in 2015.
They do it for ICJ.
2012. They did it for the ICJ. And they laughed. Because the people know who the POPs are. Then I think I saw something on Facebook where somebody said that all the corrupt things have been called out by Johnny Briseño. And they're still talking about making a country that is zero corruption. When Johnny Briseño has been part of the corruption in this country in the period of 1998 to 2008. Nobly, if you remember, he has called all the corrupt deals that the People's United Party did.
Man.
He talked about the Yen Club. He talked about Galleria Maya. He talked about, and I think that is on a recording.
Everything.
Everything is there.
He's telling the people what his party did. I know that he's the leader. All of a sudden, that party is sanctimonious. That party is clean. It cannot be so. And the people of our East should remember what has happened with the previous representation of the People's United Party in that constituency. We need to be there early tomorrow and vote for Elodio Aragon Jr. Minister, I wish you all the best. We will be out there to work. We will be out there to give it our all to ensure that we keep our drug east red. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Carla. Thank you. Yeah, very important words there, and I will tell you this, Noble, what he said about Johnny Briseño. They're not like Johnny Briseño just
Nothing
was a minister or that, he was the deputy prime minister. He had to sanction a lot of these things, He knew exactly what was happening and he allowed that to run, Noble. And now he's the party leader for the PUP. Man, and all his name out there in terms of corruption and that, Noble, the amount of land he has taken away from the public and the people.
For example, the plan for education. We remember what they did with the education back then. We remember when Cordell Hyde was the Minister of Education, what he did. They used to hustle after these people, hustle after the people. You can imagine, Minister, they say, I give so-and-so, I give Elodio Aragon Jr., 5 years old, scholarship for $4,000. That child has never received $1. They issued vouchers to kids saying that it is for UB. Is that the plan that they have? They talk about remember the free laptop thing that they may do?
Yeah.
Just before elections, that just a disaster, thieving the people money. Make we talk about farmers. Ask Abelardo, my down the Orange Rock South, where is that soybean project? There was a soybean factory. Where is that? You know how much millions the government lost there?
Right.
And you're talking about a plan for farmers? My brother.
They're alone gimmicks, man. The PUP are alone gimmicks.
Lands? Oh, lad. We are talking about lands? Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. I call to appeal to the young voters. Do not worry about the People's United Party and their social contract they are making with the Belizean people. It's not the first time that the People's United Party has came to the Belizean people that social contract in 1998 they did, and all that happened in 1998, 10 years in government. The People's United Party have sold millions upon millions and put in foreign banks, set by John Briseño, the leader of the country. Do not be fooled by the social contract signature by the People's United Party. The PUP cannot be trusted. The PUP is not an option. The only option we as citizens people have is the United Democratic Party. The UDP has proven to be a good government. We can see the infrastructure. We can see the educational assistance this government has given to the Belizean young Belizean youth. We can see so many things this government has put in place for the benefit of the Belizean people. My fellow appeal to you humbly, asking you, vote for the United Democratic Party's leadership in government for a better Belize, for our future matter. Thank you very much. Good morning. Long live Belize.
Thank you, Carla.
The development is obvious everywhere, women.
Yeah, and the point, Noble, is what that I would want to make right now to the Belizean people across this country is simple. Johnny Briceño and all the senior ministers in the PUP right now, Noble, where they run back for office right now,
Same
who are
crowd.
telling people put me back. These are the same people
Same crowd.
who sold out our national assets, same people who stole millions and millions of dollars from the government, from the people of this country. Johnny Briceño has said that publicly. Make them bring back the millions. I mean, and you will tell me that we are going to look to these people and even consider them to put them back in office? Something wrong. These people should have retired a long time in shame. Huh? But they are here trying to deceive the public by trying to put and put on face a reform, a face that we are here.
Same
And
crowd.
They could maybe think that they could fool us, but they can't.
Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow. You're in the air.
Yeah, good morning.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, too.
You're on the air right now.
Okay, then, good morning, Minister.
Yeah, morning.
Let's say how Johnny say yes, what shall I tell Johnny Briceño, bring back the millions. So tomorrow they're saying bring back Elodie Aragón for Orange Rock. He's the best minister ever.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Carla.
Bring back Elodie Aragon. I like that one.
You know, and
I like that one.
well, Noble, definitely serious, man. We have a serious decision time coming on the hands of Belizeans across this country. It is not to be taken lightly.
Unless
You
you're
have-
blind,
you know,
Minister,
yeah.
you will not see the development that's happening. I was getting to the point with the lands. John Briceño was the Minister of Lands during that time. You know, instead of assisting people and saying that and giving people land and helping out people with land, he sell the land at the border for $10. That was flipped 2 days later for $1 million.
Yeah.
Ugo Pat has been the Minister of Lands for just a few short years, and the amount of people that he has helped is incredible. Good morning, SugarCity MorningShow, you're in the air.
Morning, Minister.
Yeah, morning.
Morning, Mr. Noble.
Morning, sir.
I just want to comment on what the caller said about the leader of the opposition saying to his colleagues who stole millions, he said, bring back the millions.
Yeah.
I know no name and I won't call it. And he said, crucially, this is important what he said. He said, because I heard him, he said, bring back the millions and bring it back to the PUP.
To PUP, yes. Yes.
Now, I would have had some credibility that he has changed his DNA by saying back, bring it back
To the Belizean people.
who deserve it.
Correct.
Who are the legal owners of this money that they stole. But he said, bring it back
To the PUP.
PUP.
Yep.
So here what? That's enough for we, that for him party.
That
But
is true.
It is in DNA. He's a political animal. Because again, he resigned from the oversight committee telling the people to hell with you, I'm
Yeah.
interested in I'm interested in politics because I'm a political animal. So again, he has not changed a feather. He is the same old hawk and the PUPs are the same. So
Yeah.
had he said, bring it back to the Belizean people, the true owners, I would have had some faith in him. But the fact that he said, bring it back to the PUP and to hell with the people
Yeah.
is not a good thing. So he can't be the leader of Belize because he has not the kind of heart to lead this country, and the Belizean people are not his primary interest the way it's supposed to be. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
Thank you. Very true, Noble.
They have not changed. It's the same
Man,
crowd,
Noble.
the same set of thief.
Noble, when you
No,
abandon
California,
the
no.
National Oversight Committee, man, in a time a crisis for the people where leadership counts now. You are walk away from the people, man. That means you have abandoned the people of this country, and now you are turning around now and they ask them, give me that support, make I be the next prime minister, man. Something wrong with you, you knock your head. You feel that the Belizean people have no worth, man, when you have done that to people. And he was co-chair, you know. That's not like if he was below the prime minister. He was co-chair with the prime minister, man. That is where he has his input. That's where he could stand up and give you ideas on what needs to be done. He abandoned the people of this nation, and we cannot forget that.
He had the power.
And we can't forgive her, Noble. You say, and these are things that the Belizean people must see who
but
he
he has
is.
done this consistently.
Of course, man, over and over. The
ICJ,
ICJ, when this country needed leadership the most on his part as the PUP representative, Noble, he has failed the country miserably. And now he wants to be the head of this country, the prime minister of this country. Noble, I don't know which kind of decision I am making, but based on his history, based on his track record and report card, Noble, he will end up doing things in terms of selling off our national assets back to Ashcroft because he's in bed with Ashcroft, and he will abandon the people of this country. Man, we have gone through hell and brimstone under the PUP when they sold out our national assets, when they stole millions of dollars from the Belizean people. And now, Noble, you think we have one. I wouldn't want to say that even consider to put them back, something wrong with us if that is the case, Noble. You know, they're like, I want to beat you down to nothing. And you are there right there. They
kind of friend.
You know? No, man. Not when it comes to what matters most to the Belizean people, which is our country, which the kind of development we want to see. How you ever consider to put Johnny Briseño on that crowd back? Can't. And not even in your wildest dreams that should ever be a part of, you know?
Good morning, SugarCity Morning Show. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, Mr. Aragon.
Yeah, morning.
I want to tell you that we appreciate everything that you have done for us in the East. And I personally thank you very much for the help that you've given us. And I hope, and I wish, and I pray that you make it.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, we will make it, you know, Noble, because we have the confidence and support of the public, you know, and the work speaks for itself, Noble. I've always told people, you know, one mission I have is to see that we move the East forever, progressively forward towards that greater height that we need to do, you know, for our constituents, Noble. I mean, I tell you, I think the quality of life, a lot of people are enjoying it even more so compared to last 5 years. Just yesterday, Noble, we put about 25 new lights went into Pasadena area, you know, and this is consistent work that keeps happening. That's not something where just happened because of election. We have to push for these things. We had about 25 lights gone in Pasadena. We had another amount of lights went into Champan Ridge.
I know this is a project that has been going on for years, and it's consistent, like you said. It's not
and it's happening because with the push, they have people in that area could tell you for the last 10 years they've been without light, Noble, or longer. From when they gone, then they could tell you no light. Noble, we are pushing, we are working. These are the kind of things that we champion. It not just happen because they happen. It happens because we have to push. You know, like if you could live in our misery in terms of a certain situation where this is the situation in your area. But Noble, like for instance, simple thing as water in Santa Marta, even back at Pasadena. Man, we could have continue with maybe the next 10 years without water, and people will just say, well, this is the situation. Nobody takes somebody to go look at what is happening and say, you know what, man, we don't stand for this. Let us improve the lives of our people. Let us make it available. Let us do what it takes to get the job done. And that is what my leadership is about moving things forward, improving and empowering our people. And how we do that? You do that with the kind of work that does and speaks well for your community. And that is what I stand for, Noble, with the kind of honesty, the kind of integrity, the kind of moral standing that I have and conviction to put our people first always. And people can count on that with me, Noble. And that is portrayed through the work that I've always done. And people know me. once I could help, I will do my best to help. And a lot of people like scold me and say, Aragon, how you could do that to that? You don't know then a PUP, man? That like with education. Nobly, I stand for education because how will we ever build this nation if we do not empower young people? Huh?
That's why
Well,
we're
and when you look
standing
at
for so many
sports,
years
when
with
you look
PUP.
at what we do with parks and stuff, we do that because I support the young people. I have them in mind because I know that they are going to be the future of this country. Long after me and you are long dead and buried, these are the young people that will be there. Noble. These will be the future leaders of this country. We must support them from young. We can't wait and say, well, we have to do what needs to be done so that our future generations and this country can be a far better place. I have children. I want to know that long after we gone, they are living in a far better country. We're proud Belizeans, proud to be known and say, you know what, I live in Orange Walk, where we have good schools, where we have jobs, where, these are the kind of things, that as leaders we have to put first for we people. And when you look at Johnny Briseño, he's been there 30 years, he need for go. He should be gone a long time ago. You know how many generations have passed, man? Every generation has its leaders, Noble. And once you have contributed, then you need to move on and let others come. Then Bali not contribute. What then do? Then destroy. Then just come like leeches, Noble. And then they continue to stay there, man. That is what has this country where it is. We need leaders that are there because they truly believe in our people.
Johnny is not there because he wants to contribute anything, Johnny is there to see what he can get.
It's all about power, Noble. It's all about greed, and that's a sad thing.
I can say this. Let's go back a bit. I believe that the party that George Price constituted back in the 50s, up until maybe his last term as a lucid man in office, was a party that more or less took care of the people, or was about developing the people. After that 98 era, my brother, that PUP that was born there with Said Musa, Briseño, that PUP that was born at that time is the same PUP we have now.
No.
Man, we don't want nothing to do with that crowd. The people, they gave them a chance because they came and fooled the people in 98.
Professional hustlers.
And 2008, man, they were unceremoniously removed and nobody wanted to do anything with the PUP. And since then, because the PUP is bad for Belize.
The same actors right now.
It's terrible for Belize. Good morning, SugarCity Morning Show. You're on there.
Huh?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning, ma'am.
Yes. Yo solo quiero hablar tocante de esto, porque mañana está listo mi voto para Mr. Aragón, porque Mr. Aragón, él es una persona que él tiene buen corazón y cada pobre él siempre nos ha ayudado. Este gobierno azul nunca nos ha traído un paquete de provisión, pero este gobierno sí ha ayudado a varios. Ahí están los jóvenes, jovencitos, los ha mandado, los ha apoyado para los colegios, han ido hasta en la universidad. A poco con mi tiempo mío, cuando crecí mis hijos, no hay esto, ningún gobierno no los ayudaba. El gobierno azul, PUP solo ayudaba a solo su gente, a nadie más. Y podemos ver con este gobierno hay un cambio grande. Y también que voten el UDP en el día de mañana. Piensan los señores y señoras, si llega a entrar el partido PUP, los lambió la vaca. Bueno, Dios, piénsalo el día de mañana. Vote UDP.
Thank you.
Gracias. Muchas gracias por esas palabras de apoyo, ¿no?
Inclusion. She speaks about
Back
then the PUP never
then,
getting
yes,
nothing. This country now has moved to greater heights by leaps and bounds because of the UDP. Education, they don't say if you're a PUP, you're a UDP, or you're a Green Party or Yellow Party. Everybody across the board gets assistance. Morning, SugarCity Morning Show, good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. You're on the air, Sugar City Morning Show. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Minister, Education. Minister Farmer never say, oh no, look out for the UDPs and we'll help UDP.
Yeah.
Every child that left primary school in the Orange district, every child was given the $300 assistance. It was just the first year, and then it was moved to second year. And apart from that, they got other assistance through your office, recommendation wise, if they came and asked for the assistance. And like you said, you never look if they're in a PUP or UDP. And so it's about the future of our country, or investing in our future, not in a particular child. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. You're on there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the station.
Yes, this is the morning show. Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to go on the comment on the show.
Yes, man. You're on the air, sir.
So go ahead.
Yes, go right ahead. You're on the air.
Okay. Honorable Minister.
Yes, sir. Morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
May God bless you all and continue do your work with no fear and with no whenever you work with someone, do it like you're working for our family, because you are our family, and work with one across the board, no favor to no one, because whichever party wins, UDP win, it's not only UDP win, it's the country in a whole that win.
Right.
And my vote, Minister, as I always tell you, and I guess you recognize the good right now, I've always been there from that day.
Yeah.
I've never been changed. Even I don't feel nowhere, because when I come, but whenever I want to talk to you, I give you a call.
That's right.
And you always listen, and I appreciate that. Continue doing your work, Mr. Aragon, Honorable.
Yes, my brother.
Our support 100% behind you.
Thank you, my brother.
I always like when I said, no worry about the Nigeria, the market, take the change.
That's right.
And continue doing your work, my brother. You do good, you know everybody wants.
Yeah.
So, always I find some speak negative, but like I said, continue to do what you know is best, and whatever you do it to the love and the people.
That's right.
And help the people, to improve our lives. Continue doing our work, my brother, and looking forward.
Yeah, thanks.
Tomorrow, God willing, roho.
That's right.
That's right, my brother. Roho, why? My good friend, Noble, I tell you, nothing pleases me more than, when you buck up your people, or you touch base with them on the phone, you have the little chat. Noble, for me, the reward is all about knowing that you have done work that will go for a long way. It's going to reach out to our community. I mean, in a big way. Those are the things to me that I feel very good about, Noble, and that is what drives me every day.
Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning. You're on the air.
That's our contribution, no?
Yes, sir.
In advanced countries, they have scientific protocols that determine, like in the welders, they allow welders to weld for 20 years, and for some scientific reasons, then second license to allow it. They don't encourage it. And in the aviation industry, one pilot can only fly so much hours, and then you have to take one rest. That's scientific evidence.
Right.
Now, in my book, George Price was one of the best politicians this country has ever seen.
Yep.
But he's only human.
You had to rest.
And then he didn't realize that after so many years of doing the same thing, they got a next scientific terminology when they call burnout.
Yeah.
So, but the humans will not understand that. So in his later years, his assist and his ability to function in the truest interest for the Bolivian people began to erode. And even the PUP noticed that because they know all that food, they're thief, but they're not food. So they decided to change that. So that burnout is scientific. Now, what happened to our people central? Well, today.
They don't realize it, man, burnout.
For 30 years, this man, they do the same thing over and over for 30 years. He in a burnout session long time.
Long time.
The time he go.
And now he want to lead the country.
Yeah. Now he want to take a bigger job. He never function at a smaller capacity. So he want to function at a higher capacity in a burnout stage.
Lord help us.
So tomorrow, the orange people will get up in the morning, wash their teeth, wash their face, and looking at the mirror and talk to the person and say, tomorrow I have the opportunity to create one change for the better. And when I vote for me, I vote for my brother, my sister, and my family, and I vote for the betterment of the Central. So tomorrow, today, when I get up today and I look in the mirror and say, you will create the change because it's in your hands. And the change that for me, this time I not vote for UDP nor PUP. I vote for me. And I vote for Danny Grijalva because he knows what change is all about. He knows what focus is all about. Then they do work. When it starts politics, you know, stop. If they chip away, and they go. But they show the people, and hopefully the people understand that in our world, our interested to do what they're good tonight. Versus somebody there where they're there for 30 years, don't do nothing. I want to take a bigger job, but don't further nothing. So here what? You burn out, you're luch, your time for making go, the rest. So tomorrow, people are for a job center, change in your hands. Change is not automatic. Development is not automatic, I've said it. You have to work for it. And tomorrow in your hands for vote for you, your family, and for the development of the job center. Put somebody where deserves some holiday, some vacation. Thank you.
Thank you. And here's a point. You have this a person that is burnout, and you have a young, dynamic leader like Patrick Faber. Who is the obvious choice? You have a man that has been there that everybody knows was a part and parcel of the Fatty Thieves. And,
part and parcel and in leadership position
and the next one,
the worst corrupt era in the history of this country.
You not got no kind of corruption. When you hear Patrick Faber, you can't attach his name to no sort of corruption. As a matter of fact, what you can do is you can say that this is the man that took education, the Ministry of Education, to a level unprecedented in the history of this country. The amount of education development, the amount of schools that were built under his tenure, the amount of scholarships that were given, the amount of assistance that was given, that's incredible. You know, got a man all the way into that, got one almost half a progresso. SugarCity Morning Show, good morning, you're on the air.
Buenos días, buenos días.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días.
Solo quiero decirle al señor Aragón que él es nuestro campeón. El campeón de
Ajá.
El que va a regresar en la casa del representante a representar toda la gente del este. Y con amor también, porque eso es lo que él exhibe. No como el PUP. Es más, el PUP creo que debía estar en la cárcel, porque lo que han hecho a este país, es treason. Ellos debían de estar en la cárcel. Mira, mucha gente se pasa ya poniendo cosas en Facebook, que el gobierno ha prestado dinero. Miren, el PUP es el causante de que toda la gente de Belice, los jóvenes, las próximas 2 generaciones estén endeudados porque han prestado billones de dólares. Y ahora quieren decir que nosotros somos los que prestamos. Son ellos que endeudaron el país. Superpon. Dicen, no, que mucha gente que han prestado. Sí, hemos prestado, pero hemos prestado para infraestructura.
Yep.
Hemos prestado para escuelas. Hemos prestado para muchas cosas. No como ellos. La gente está llevando su cheque a su casa para criar a sus hijos, para mandar a sus hijos en la educación. En cambio, los PUPs que han hecho, los PUPs empezaron a sacar dinero y lo mandaron en bancos extranjeros. Y eso no lo digo yo, eso no lo dice mi primo, mi abuelo, eso lo dijo Gianni Briceño. Él le dijo a su gente que traigan los millones de dólares que sacaron de ese país. Pero hoy no está diciendo que lo traigan al país, sino que se lo traigan a él y a su partido para que puedan comprar las elecciones. Hablando de Ashcroft, ¿quién estaba en cama con ellos desde el 98? Ellos fueron que compraron las elecciones. Ellos fueron que tuvieron las fiestas, los calientes dancers, los Bears, los esos de las cosas que guindaban de la calle que parecían hamacas, tuvieron dinero. ¿Ah? ¿Para qué? Porque le vendieron todo lo que Belice tenía, se lo vendieron a Ashcroft. Le permitieron que Ashcroft haga sus propias leyes. Por eso esta gente regresa a la casa, eso es traición a la nación. Y no se le va a perdonar. ¿Ah? Así que, señores, el PUP no es una opción para Belice. Vamos a pararnos firmes y votar a contra de ellos. Votar a contra de Kevin Bernard, que es un corrupto, ya lo está mostrando. Está utilizando los recursos del pueblo para su campaña, para su propio gane. Esa es corrupción, conflicto de interés. El hecho de que está dando driver's license libres a la gente, eso es corrupción. ¿Ah? No sabemos cuánto le deben a los menonas que fueron a raspar ese camino que le hicieron un desastre. ¿Cuánto le deben a los menonas y a otras compañías? ¿Ah? ¿Para qué? Para que él pueda conseguir derivados de ellos bajo la mesa. No se le va a perdonar. No se le va a perdonar a él jamás. Así que, señores, señoras, jóvenes, piensen en su educación. Piensen que el gobierno de UDP es la única alternativa. El señor Patrick, una persona joven, que no tiene nada, absolutamente nada en su closet. Así que estos son la gente que va a sacar a Belice para adelante, especialmente en estas etapas de pandemia, a donde necesitamos buena gobernancia, necesitamos gente que tenga esto en mente, la gente que tenga de corazón, que sean devotos, que tengan ese compromiso para levantar a este país. Así que, señores, vamos a ir para UDP, vamos para Patrick, vamos para Elodio Aragón. Muchos días.
Yeah. Gracias. Thanks for those words. Gracias por esas palabras de apoyo y hablando la verdad, porque al fin del día esto es que la gente necesita. You know, noble people need to know and listen to the truth. And these are the things that they are out on the table for everyone to see. They're in our history, in terms of our media, etc. These are the things that are there. And noble, you know, I know, and I am watching the time, the flight, and we right now.
Almost
But
nine.
definitely,
Almost
noble,
9:50.
I think the important thing that we have to get across to our viewers out there is listen to me. This is an important decision. It comes every 5 years, you know, it's not come every year. Like every 5 years, this decision comes. And all I'm asking from our Belizeans across this country is to make the right decision. And how you do that is to know what you're going to do. And how you know that is you have to look at the both parties, and I will tell you, if you're objective, noble, you know that the PUP is not an option right now.
SugarCity Morning Show, good morning, you're on there.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, you're on there, sir.
Sí, yo soy un votante del sur,
Ajá.
aquí yo quisiera dar un aviso a la gente aquí del sur, como votante.
Okay.
Hablando del sur y servir. Nuestro representante no nos ha servido. Si no ha servido, no sirve, no va a servir nunca. ¿Qué podemos esperar de alguien así? Más años de lo mismo,
Así es.
más años de nada. ¿Qué estamos haciendo con nuestros votos? Esperamos tantos años para poder votar. ¿Y qué hacemos? Echarlos a la basura.
Así es.
¿Para qué votar para alguien que no ha hecho nada aquí en el sur? Para ser inteligentes hay que reconocer y aceptar cuando no se ha servido. Por eso le pido a todos los votantes del sur que seamos inteligentes. Estas elecciones es una oportunidad especialmente para el sur. No tiremos nuestros votos a la basura. José Mike no nos ha servido aquí en el sur. Votemos con inteligencia y pongamos a alguien aquí que nos sirva. Alguien que tenga los pantalones bien puestos para trabajar. Votemos para Lupe, mujer segura. Un voto para José Mike, un voto a la basura. Si tenemos al sur en nuestros corazones, salgamos y pongamos el voto hacia la mejor decisión. Hacemos todo y que viva el beauty. Okay.
Gracias.
All right, thank you, Carla. Muchas gracias. Well, no, Noble. So, I think we could sit here all day talking about these things, Noble. But at the end of the day, I think the Belizean people minds, to me, I think I've spoken to a lot of them. I think they really have a good idea what they want to do. For those who might still be thinking, man, listen, you need to look, and like somebody said, you need to look and check your change. You understand me? You have to know where we're going to go as a nation. Look at these things, and like I've said over and over, the PUP is not an option. The party that can continue to move this country forward is your United Democratic Party. Noble. So, but I noticed that we're really there over time, and I got a long day, Noble, ahead of me, and
yes.
So
let's end this show today, Minister. The last one before we come back here on a victory. After the victory, we'll be here again on Thursday, and you can speak more about
definitely
what
the amount of work we have.
Your plans. However,
we got a lot.
I think one of our callers spoke about the COVID situation. The COVID situation is a serious one. Orange Walk is considered the epicenter of the COVID crisis in the country. We'll pull this one more call and then we will close the show. Good morning, SugarCity Morning Show. You're there. Good morning, you're there.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Just want to make a small contribution because tomorrow is an important election. And I would like to make the Belizean public understand that the only way you can create change is through the ballot. Elections are like a war. Always try and look on war. And the only bullet you have is your ballot. So if you want to create change, you use your ballot, which is your bullet. Voting for the PUP is like shooting blanks. The bullet not loaded. You waste your bullet.
Waste your bullet.
So no shoot blank, shoot for the red tomorrow. Don't forget that the economy is in this state because of them. They sold out just about all our utility companies, which are important to the Belizean economy and by extension to the Belizean public. It took the UDP in this term to get back the national asset at great sacrifices. They got back the electrical company, the telephone company, and the Belize Water Services, which is Belize Water Services today. And they have not only done that, but my understanding is that they secured it by a constitutional motion which locks down that the Belizean public and shareholders should always be the majority shareholders. Constitutionally locked down.
Yep.
So what kind of government will sell out the building knowing that it's important to Belize and the Belizean economy? But it took a responsible government to lock it down constitutionally. I know how the Belizean electorate forget that. That we won it thanks to the United Democratic Party and Dean Oliver Barrow, which now transfers his power to the Honorable Patrick Farber. So here what? I don't forget. Your bullet tomorrow are for the red. Don't forget that they sell out everything. So Sanimata Bosubabon, we're going to be in this mess for the next 10, 15 years. So here what? Tomorrow they shoot red.
Vote red, correct.
All right, thank you, Carla.
Yes.
Yes.
COVID.
Yeah. Well, Noble, with the COVID, what can we say? The COVID situation here in Ndrak, people must take on that responsibility. Not only the responsibility of the Department of Health Services, it is a responsibility that every single person must share. And we must abide by the regulations. We must abide in terms of the protocols that have been set out: washing our hands, the wearing a mask, the use whatever we need to do, hand sanitizer, social distancing, you name it, Noble. We need to do our part. If we do that, I truly believe we could conquer this virus, because the virus only spreads because we allow it to spread. You understand? And the responsibility is upon all of us. I know the fears. I know firsthand in terms of telling you that this virus might go affect a lot of people, and any day, might, especially our young people. But there are people out there who are vulnerable, and so we must take all the necessary precautions, But nobly, definitely, for me, it all comes down to social responsibility,
With the COVID situation, there is information out there that the PUP is going around telling people that don't worry, you could still go out and vote because it's your constitutional right to go out and vote, although you're swabbed and although you're quarantined. What message would you have to the people of Orange Walk East?
Well, if you have COVID, I think they have made it clear that you shouldn't vote. Well, you shouldn't come out because you can infect other people, right? Definitely, I know that the election day people want to vote, but that as far as I can tell you is that the Department of Health Services has advised to people, and people should have that responsibility, But like I said, normally, to me, everything is a decision. Whether you come out or not come out, those are responsibilities that you have to make on your own. We could talk here, but what the people do is a different thing. My advice to them is this: we understand the situation, we have to be aware of this situation, and we have to do the right thing. And nobly, but the right thing is sometimes not the easy thing to do. They're wearing a mask, simple things. You see people on the streets not put on the mask, the washing our hands, the social distancing, all of these things are things that we must do, but that comes down to your social responsibility, the looking out for one another. My thing, Noble, is that just like this election, people must make up their minds, and they have to do proper decision. And to do that, then people have to think things through. It is every 5 years you have an election. Every 5 years you go to the polls and cast your vote. Let's make the right decision. Let's continue with the UDP, continue to support what is good, put in the right leaders, and we will have a wonderful country. Noble, and in my closing remarks, because I know time is upon us already, and definitely we got a lot of things to do today, I just want to close off, and maybe I could give my parting shot one time, Noble, because I know we could stay all day, and we have amount of calls coming in, we have people here. Yeah. But at the end of the day, for me, Noble, I would like to close off by basically telling our Belizeans out there nationally that we must do the right thing. Do not forget who the PUP is right now under the leadership of Johnny Briceño. You have that, and you know who the UDP is and what they stand for. Having that basic information and basic knowledge, man, you know that the right decision is to vote for the UDP. It is to vote for continued progress. Simple as that. On the local level here in Orange Walk East, I want all our Orange Walk Kenyans, and especially the people in Orange Walk East, to know that my commitment to you is steadfast, that I am a person of integrity, honesty, and hard work. My record of accomplishments show the work that we have done. We have come a long way in terms of bringing the meaningful development to the East, whether we talk about education, whether we talk about jobs, whether we talk about infrastructure that contributes to the quality of life. You know that we have been there working day in and day out. I want to continue to work for the East because I believe I still can contribute and make the East a greater place. And I'm a young, dynamic leader that you can count on to do the right thing for you and to represent you well in Parliament. All I ask is for your continued support, and together we will take the East to greater heights. And I say these things, Noble, because I truly believe in the people. I truly believe that the people of this country and in the division can make the right decision. Because we live it. We live in our communities. We see the progress. We know who is truly there for you. Election time come, Noble, all kind of things happen. But when you go and cast that vote in terms that you're in the box there and you cast that vote, man, do what is right. Vote for the UDP. Vote for Elodie Aragon Jr., son of the East. I am here because I truly believe that together we can work and make great things happen. But for us to do that, we must be able to be in office. We must be able to be in government. And if we want a better country, then we must start there by putting the right people in office, in government, that can work for the benefit of all our Belizeans. I have that confidence that the Belizean people across this country and those in the East know exactly where they want to go, know exactly who they want to put there. And I will tell you this, every community, every society, every nation begets the leader that they so choose. I want to know that we will choose the right leaders for this country, and that has to be the UDP. Why I said that is because the PUP is not an option. It is not a viable option because of the people who are in there, the same very people who brought this country to its knees, who sold out our national assets, who have never stood by for the Belizean people. We cannot give them another opportunity. They need to go back, and they really need to do a revamping. Stick with who you know. Stick with the party who has brought progress to this country in terms of infrastructure, who have been there for the people. And I will tell you, the party not perfect. The UDP is not perfect, man, but by far, it is the better party for this country. It is the party that has brought good governance and stewardship, has had the least of corruption. Compare that to the PUP. At the end of the day, we want to see a progressive country, and that will only come with the United Democratic Party. Here in the East, I humbly ask for your support of confidence by you coming out tomorrow and casting your vote for me, Elodie Aragon Jr., the son of the East. I ask you, with that, my love there for you all, and I ask you for us to continue to move the East forward. And with that, Noble, I want to thank everybody who has been there with me in one way or the other, making great things happen in our communities. I want to thank you all. Yes, maybe I never say everybody in the East. As usual with this COVID-19, it's brought about many challenges, but I'm confident that you know who I am, you know what I stand for, you know the integrity, the vision, the commitment that I have, and nobody can take that away from us. Let us continue to move the East. And I ask all of you, let's get up early tomorrow. Let's go out, cast our vote, and together we will continue to have victory for the Orange Walk East Division. Thank you. May God continue to bless you all. Let's remain safe and let's do what is right for our country and people. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. And those words obviously are being heard by your people. They are obviously made up their minds, and you will have that support that you so rightly deserve. Just with respect to the COVID situation, those that have been diagnosed with COVID and those that have been swabbed awaiting the results, you sadly cannot vote. Yes, you can say you have that constitutional right to vote, but that cannot vote, that cannot trump the constitutional right of people's right to health and to life. You can expose someone, and that someone can be a victim of COVID, can die of the COVID virus. It's a very deadly virus. So please, let us heed the warnings of our health professionals. They know what they're doing. They know the warnings that they're giving us and giving us and why. Please, if you have COVID, stay home. If you are caught out there, you cannot blame anyone if the police arrest you, if you end up the pay, because you have been advised by the Ministry of Health. It's the law, and it is what it is. Like I said, your right to vote cannot trump the right of other people to health and life. That being said, the appeal goes out to everyone out there. Open your eyes. Remember who the PUP is, not who they were. They are the same people that have been there for many years. None of them change. It's like the leopard cannot change its spots. The PUP cannot change who they are. They're a bunch of hungry thieves, because that is what their party leader called them. They are thieves. They stole millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of the people's money, your money. So you can see development around the country. You can see what the UDP has done for this country. Please do the right thing tomorrow. Put your vote on the red. All the way from Corozal to Toledo, everywhere, you must put your X on the red. Return the UDP to government, and the development will continue. We also right here invite everyone to tune in tonight on radio stations, Wave, on SCRS, on the our very own East Radio tonight for the victory rally. There will be a victory rally virtually, which is being hosted by the Honorable Patrick Farber, our leader. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Tune in. UDP Belize on Facebook. Tune in on Channel 7, Channel 5, all the radio stations. There is the virtual victory rally. You will hear from all our leaders across the country. Let's join. Let's get on this victory caravan. Forward until victory for tomorrow. UDP all the way. Put your X on the red. And with that we say, good morning. Have a blessed day.
When the sun of the east comes, a champion rise. 2020 election is here. Elodie Aragon Jr. continues his hard work for the people of the east side. Champion of the east, Elodie Aragon Jr. UDP. Aragon works every day for his people every day. Brings integrity, full of honesty. Aragon works every day for his east every day. The son of the east, every people every day. Vote the Aragon, vote the UDP for prosperity east. Vote the Aragon, vote the UDP, vote the Aragon for prosperity east. Oh, we voting back Aragon. We voting back in the east. We voting back UDP. UDP. Oh, we voting back Aragon. We voting back in the east. We voting back UDP. Carmelita in the east side, Aragon improving their lives. Santa Marta in the east side, get them street water
From a